I would always walk down the snack aisle and I always found myself gravitating towards the honey buns. I loved honey buns. I was a fat kid, honestly. But at the same time, I really love cake and I could never choose. It was either cake or honey bun. So today I'm gonna be combining both of those. We're gonna be making something that was a staple in my childhood. I loved it to death. We have a classic yellow cake mixed with like a cinnamon flavor. Those are gonna come together and make something truly amazing. Without further ado, let's get right into it. It's a quick recipe too, so which is amazing. Pretty hands off besides a couple things, but nonetheless, let's get right into it. We're gonna start with our dry ingredient. Getting started with our dry ingredients, get you a bowl. We're gonna add cake flour to this bowl. And like always, guys, don't worry about writing anything down. All the ingredients will be in the description below. And then you wanna add baking soda, baking powder, and salt to this bowl. Simple enough, right? And then now you just wanna mix this up very well. You can sift this too if you really wanted to get it even smoother. But whisking it is almost like the same thing. Get out all those clumps. Now that we got this mixed up, we'll get started on the wet ingredients. Get you a large mixing bowl. To this, we're going to add some whole milk. You can use buttermilk, whichever you have. Some type of oil. I'm using vegetable oil. Canola oil works fine as well. And then sour cream. This and the oil, I think, are the two ingredients that I think really makes a cake stand out. Add that to it. Plop. That's ugly. Get all that stuff out. Don't leave much. Okay, that looks good to me. All right. Then you want to add vanilla extract. Once you got that in there, now you just want to mix this up so very well combined. Easy prep, like I said, we're really almost halfway there. Okay. Mix all that up. Once you have that mixed up, set this to the side and we'll get started now on our cake batter. Grab your 2 sticks of butter and then just drop it in there. You want it to be softened. If it's not softened, it won't beat as easily. So soften it up. Just let it sit out all day. That's what I did. I've been sitting out since this morning, so it's pretty soft. Make sure you get all that butter off of it. Then attach your paddle attacher. And now you just want to beat this to a smooth, about a couple minutes. Close that up. Just beat till smooth and fluffy. You'll see it change colors, but I will show you guys once it gets right. Okay, I think that's good. That should be good enough. All right. So as you can see, I'll bring it a little closer for you guys so y'all can see. So as we can see, it's light, it's fluffy, it's changed color slightly. We're gonna scrape down all the sides. We're gonna take our spatula and scrape down all the sides. Now that you see the color has changed, it's gotten a little lighter. And to this, we're going to add sugar. And we're gonna beat this till light and fluffy. This is gonna take about 4 to 5 minutes. Do not rush this process because this is really what is gonna make the cake fluffy in my opinion. So get all that. And then now you just wanna beat this, like I said, on medium high for about 4 to 5 minutes until light and fluffy, but I will see y'all in a second. Okay. Bam. So now we got our butter and sugar really incorporated. It's light. I can just feel it right now. Give me 1 second, I'm about to bring it to y'all. I know y'all wanna see this because when I watch videos, I wanna see everything, right? So I'm gonna show y'all, don't worry. Scrape all that down real quick. So as we can see, our butter is light, it's fluffy. Look at that. This is how you know right here. I don't know if y'all can tell because the lights, but as you can see, it's light, it's fluffy. As you can see, when I push it into it, you feel it. It's really aerated. So now the next steps, okay. The next steps that we want to do now is add our eggs. We're going to add eggs and egg yolks. 5 eggs in total, 3 eggs, full eggs, and then 2 of those egg yolks as well, additional egg yolks. We're gonna add 1 egg at a time. Bam. And then we're gonna add just a little bit, I'll probably say half of the egg yolks right now. All right. Make sure that you scrape that bowl down in between it. And now we're just gonna mix till everything is fully incorporated, adding 1 egg at a time once the next egg is incorporated. Okay, good. Mix all that up. And as this is going, we're gonna keep it on low speed. And as that egg gets incorporated, we're just gonna add the next egg. Okay, see, we see that egg has been incorporated. Lift it up, and then just scrape down the sides. Make sure you get the bottom of the bowl as well. Gotta lock it into place. Shove it down. And then add that other egg yolk. A little bit. I'm just gonna add the rest of the egg yolks. Okay. And then go ahead and give it another mix. Patience is key. Don't rush this step. Bam. Now let's add the last egg in there. Scrape down the sides. Probably should do that first. Scrape it down. Make sure you get the bottom. All right. Now give this a mix. And we're there. Now our cake is well incorporated. Y'all see that drip right there? Perfect. Now we're gonna alternate adding our dry and our wet ingredients from earlier. We're gonna add 1/3 of our flour mixture first. That looks like 1/3 to me. And we're gonna mix this up until incorporated. Just till you barely see any streaks left. Always make a mess at this step. Pulse it, pulse it, pulse it. There we go. We're gonna make a mess. That's what cooking is about. All right. Once you see a little bit of that flour is left, go ahead and add a little bit of that wet mixture. About half of that. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. And now you just want to go back and forth between the dry, the wet, dry, wet, dry, wet. You're going to end off with the dry though. So now I'm going to add the last, another half of the dry ingredients. Good. All right. Give that a pulse. Don't make a mess. Don't make a mess. Come on. Oh, well. Oh, well. All right. We're going to lose some in the making. It's all good. All right. And the batter's going to get pretty thick, so don't get concerned. Okay. Once I see that in, I'm going to add the last half of the wet mixture. Add the last half of that. Bam. Now that that's added, we're going to add the last little bit of our dry mixture. And at this step, I like to mix it for a little bit and then finish it off by hand just so I don't overmix the batter. So now I can set that to the side. Add this, and we're just gonna do it just a little bit, not too much. Pulse, pulse. I'm trying not to make a mess. I'm making a mess though. Damn, okay. Beautiful. So now I see it's starting to come together. I'm gonna scrape everything off. Let me know, do y'all lick this when y'all are done? I don't do that anymore. I used to as a kid, but now I just like to wait to see the finished product. Nonetheless. And then now I take from the sides and I just scrape everything together and finish it by hand. Fold it, make sure you get the bottom of the bowl, scrape, get everything off the sides. And now, as you can see, our batter looks way different. It's nice. It's almost like a really loose, thickish pancake batter. I really don't know how to describe that, but it looks beautiful. All right, so now we're gonna get our pan ready to go. Almost forgot, before we start on the cake, we want to make our cinnamon sugar. 2 ingredients, brown sugar, cinnamon, and this is gonna be sprinkled in between layers. I'm gonna show you guys, this is beautiful, honestly. Add that to a bowl. And then now at this point, grab you a spatula, grab you a whisk. Now just give this a good whisk to combine. And we're gonna sprinkle this on top of the cake batter in between layers, and it's gonna make something beautiful. Break up all those clumps. I'm really about to get in there with my hands. Okay, if you need to use your hands, it'll make it just a little bit easier to break those clumps up. Since my whisk wants to play games with me today. Make sure your hands are clean though. Don't put your hands in this if it's dirty. Man, it looks good enough. And then just continue to whisk that up till everything is combined. Like Joshua Wiseman, whiskey business. I'm never saying that again. Once you get all these clumps out, now it'll be time to prepare our batter. So I will see you in just a second. Okay, so for our pan, we're gonna use a 9x13. Y'all seen this in the Detroit style pizza one, but use whatever pan you have. I have this one, it works perfect. And everything, this will be linked to my Amazon storefront. It'll be in the description below. If you do wanna get this exact same pan, we'll place that down and we need to spray it down. I like to use the pan baking cooking spray. I found this to be the best one because it has a little bit of flour, a little bit of butter. Shake it up, and then now, just give it a nice spray. Just so nothing sticks. Good. not too much. Okay, so we're going to dump half of our batter into the pan. Half of it, that's half? I think that's half. Eyeball it. Don't worry if it's not, but get about as close as you can. That looks about half, like to me. And then what I do is take a offset spatula that I also spray down with just a little bit of cooking spray so it doesn't stick, and just spread that out. Spread that out, corner to corner. And all that to corner to corner. Make sure there's no holes in it. If you do see any, just fix it up, patch it up. Patchwork, guys. Good, spread all that out. We'll do just a little bit more. I think that's half. I hope that's half. Just eyeball it. Don't worry, guys, if it's not. That's part of cooking. That's what makes everything lovely. You add your own touch to it. So that to the side. So as we can see, the cake has been in there. And now bring back our cinnamon sugar, and we're just gonna sprinkle a layer right on top of this. Take that and then just sprinkle a nice layer, edge to edge, no bald spots. You want every bite to have a little bit of cinnamon sugar in it. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I said it's like the perfect mix between the yellow cake and then a cinnamon roll, because this is what you'll see, and it's gonna be amazing when you cut into it and you see that. And then if you have a spatula too, you can always even this out as well. And then now take the rest of that batter and then you just dollop the rest of it right on top. And preheat your oven to 350. Probably should have said that earlier. Be very gentle when you spread this layer out. You don't want to pull up that cinnamon sugar. Make sure you clean that bowl out. Leave no parts. Grab your offset spatula again, and then you just go to town. Make it even, make it pretty. Okay, be gentle with it. Don't want to pull up any of that sugar. This is so peaceful. This is honestly why I love baking. This is, you gotta be almost exact. I go silent too. So I just be in the zone. I be locked in for real. I demand excellence. If you can't get those corners, just take it from the middle and then just go straight down. Go for the middle and go straight down. Keep on moving it and just working it, filling in any gaps that you may see. Go down, turn it, do the same thing. Boom! Bam, got that. We got a nice layer. Now, bring that cinnamon sugar back and you just do a nice light layer. This part is optional, but you can do a nice little light layer right on top. And then what I like to do for bonus to make it even prettier, where's my toothpick at? What the hell happened to my toothpicks? No biggie. Take like a butter knife and then just gently swirl that top layer. And make it done. Don't go too deep, just stay on that top layer. I really don't know if this is gonna come out pretty. Sometimes it does for me, sometimes it doesn't. Now that we got our swirl, we're gonna place this in the oven for about 38 to about 45 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean. I like to do the poke test because it's gonna cool. It's gonna cool and continue to cook when you pull it out. So if you poke with the toothpick and it comes out clean, that means it's probably gonna be over baked when it comes out. So I like to just do the poke test, and once it springs back, it's good. Or when the toothpick comes out with just a little bit of crumbs. But nonetheless, I'll see you guys in like 5 seconds for y'all, 45 for me. So we all know the key to a honey bun is the glaze. So we're gonna get started with 3 cups, some powdered sugar. You can't have the honey bun without the honey. So we're gonna add, my family goes to honey. A couple tablespoons of honey. 2. That looks good to me. Then we're going to add a couple squirts of vanilla extract, about a teaspoon or 2. And then last but not least, a little bit of milk. And we just want to give this a mix till everything is combined. And if we need more milk, we can always add more milk. We're gonna add this to the cake while it's piping hot too. So this will melt, get in between the holes. So don't worry. So that is a little bit thick for me. So add just another small splash of milk. Okay. And then just give that a mix. Thin that out just a little bit. There we go. Y'all see that pour? That's gorgeous. Look at that. It's leaving streaks. It's nice. It's ribbony. Good, there we go. So now we just wait for the cake to come out. We got about 6 more minutes, but I will see you guys in probably like 10 seconds. Not even that, maybe like 2 seconds. Boom, cake is done. It is hot. Look how beautiful that looks. Take a toothpick, poke it in the center. A little bit of crumbs, kind of smooth, so that's how we know it's good. At this step, we're gonna turn it into a poke cake, and we're just gonna dab a bunch of holes in it. And this is gonna so the icing just soaks into it, penetrates the layers. This smells so good. Look at that bounce back. And then bring that beautiful icing back. And now we're just gonna drizzle this right over the top of it. Okay. Don't worry, it might be clumping right now, but we're gonna spread it out to a nice even layer. Spread it out as much as you can. Bring back that spatula. Ooh, that's hot. Almost just burned my hand. And spread it out. And it's gonna seep down into it. Turn it, you gotta turn with the pan too. As you turn and get angles, it's gonna make the cake beautiful. We see now that it's been glazed. Now we just wanna let this cool completely to room temperature, about 30, 45 minutes, and then we'll be ready to slice into it. Let that icing set and it's gonna be perfect. Now it's the moment I have been waiting for to cut the cake. We gotta go for that corner piece. I'm ready to see this cross section. That's what I'm really doing. The icing is set. It's nice, it's set, it's beautiful. Big pieces only around here. Cut you a nice corner piece. I gotta try my hardest to get this out in one piece. I really don't know how I'm gonna do this, honestly. Okay, I guess the rest is just gonna have to be ugly. Get a nice piece. There we go. Sheesh. A nice, beautiful honey bun cake. Oh my. We got the honey bun cake, cut it, it's ready to eat. It's looking so good. You see the layers. I wish I had a little bit thicker of a cinnamon layer so it could show up just a little bit more. But hey, you can do that. That's why I do it first, so that you can learn from my mistakes. Let's go for this bite though. Oh, it's nice, it's fluffy. Wow. I did it again. It's amazing. It really is amazing. Beautiful flavors. The cake is really moist, that cinnamon layer. It's good. Like I said, I wish I had a little bit more. I like my cake. It's really sweet. But nonetheless, this is really balanced. It's light. It's fluffy. Has everything you're looking for. It's the perfect mix of a honey bun, cinnamon roll. Throw that together one. This is what you get right here. And it's super simple. It doesn't take too much time. You do have to let it rest for a little bit. But that's the hardest part, is letting it rest. But if you want to dig in, go for it. Trust me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and the support. Who is calling me? Back from my phone call. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and the support. DeRay the Baker today. I'm trying to get back into my baking bag. I love baking so much, so any chance I get, I'm gonna bake. This was an amazing recipe. Try it for yourself. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next week. Peace.